Let me actually press record. I'm gonna press record at 9:02. Give people some more time to hop on if they haven't hopped on yet. Okay. All right. AirPods are in, so you guys should be able to better hear me. Yes. And how are you guys feeling? Okay. I'm feeling pretty energized. Oh my God. I just worked out too. I love it for us. Yes. Calling in from Denver. Hi. Chicago. Hey, Chicago. I'm feeling tired, kind of early for me, but it's been, I feel that. I feel that. Also, too, I don't know if you guys know about this full moon in Aries that's happening, but, man, it's kicking my butt, to be quite honest with you. Um, I was not prepared for all of the insights it would be bringing up, especially when it comes to understanding the self and understanding like who you are and like who you are now in this moment, right? So your girl's going through it as well. You're not alone. If you're feeling a little stagnant in your energy, I am really setting the intention that by the time we're done, you're feeling a lot better. And then if you're not, go and drink some water because that'll definitely help. You might also be dehydrated, okay? Yes, yeah. We're in the full moon Aries energy, so it's really all about like looking at the self, witnessing yourself. Are you ready to be in the spotlight? You know what I mean? I talk more about this in my email list, but yeah, we're gonna talk about self-trust and contrast today because whoa. Hi Fatima. Hi Aura. Okay, let me press record and then we can start because I love for us to end on time. Okay, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to an EFT experience. I'm so excited. My name is Lola Salova, and I am your guide and EFT practitioner. And we are going to have a really good time tonight. Like I said, make sure you have your water and your journal because we're going to be kind of in our feels, but in a very safe and guided way. Okay. Yes, definitely feeling the full moon Aries energy. I'm like, I just got through Mercury retrograde. Please, like, let me rest. Let me rest. How much more spiritual and self development do I need right now? I feel like I'm good, but clearly I'm not because I'm still going through the feels. So, I thought that since this month of October, which is also my birthday month, yes, I'm a Scorpio, y'all. I thought that we could talk about building self-trust and using self-trust and contrast to center ourselves, since the theme this month is to center self, right? I do understand like grounding practices make sense and things like that, but I really want to talk about how we can transform self-doubt and how we can use the things in life that we don't really want to experience to help us recenter into what we do want to experience, okay? And then we're going to tap through it together and feel better about it. So anytime you feel a little stressed in the conversation or something resonates, I want you to go ahead and take a sip of water. And I'm going to grab my water with you so we could do a celebratory sip together. You know, some collective manifestation, if you will. All right, got my water. All right, when you guys are ready, salud, cheers, all the good things. All right, let's do this. Okay, cheers. All right, first and foremost, when we're talking about building self-trust, you have to understand that it means to transform self-doubt, right? There's a process here that has to happen. And it's less about seeing where the self-doubt stems from, right? Especially if you don't have the resources or the tools. I always tell people like this fascination with trying to find the root of the problem in your life really just causes you to ruminate more and to feel completely unprepared. The truth is you might need a practitioner or a safe space to really get to the root of the problem. Let's address how you're feeling right now, because how you're feeling right now is what's causing you discomfort. Right? The root of the problem is something that you'll be able to peel away with the more resources and tools that you have, right? As you build up your self-confidence, it's a lot easier to deal with the root of a problem. Can you imagine feeling so doubtful in yourself and then finding the root problem of that doubt while you feel doubtful? I don't know about you, but that just seems like an overwhelming experience for me that I would prefer to not have, if possible, right? Yes, I do this all the time and it's stressful. Yeah, it's like wait until you get into a better space, a better headspace, or have guidance or have tools that you can use to then deal with that bigger problem. Let's just address what we can in this moment, right? So, transforming self doubt means that in this, I'm going to address what's happening right now. I'm not going to do the whole, let me go back to my childhood wound from my primary relationship with my parent. It's like, okay, yes, at some point in time, you will probably have to go on that path and that discovery. But like right now, while you're healing, right now, while you feel discomfort, let's focus on what we can handle. And what we can handle is the feeling that we're feeling in this moment, okay? It also just gives you space and room and permission to just like not have so much pressure on yourself. Like, let me know if you have a pressure on yourself. I realized that today. Like, I have all these expectations of myself, and like they're weighing down on me. And I could feel like my inner child just being like, this is not fun. I am not having fun. And I was just like, I feel you, girl. I also am not having fun right now. Let's figure this out, right? And what it does, and having that, yeah, right? Like, girl, I'm so sorry. My bad. I did not mean to put you through all of this. Whoops. Right? What also happens is that you'll be able to witness that you can get clearer on your life without it being a dark night of the soul. And one of the easiest ways to do that outside of tapping is making a list of where you doubt yourself in your life. It sounds counterintuitive, but there's something really authoritative when you are writing down how you're doubting yourself, because you get to see it on paper. A lot of times our thoughts are way more meaner than the actual experience that we're having, right? We tend to self-criticize and the story can get real crazy, right? There's a limitless budget up here. I can get as creative as I want with my doubt. But on pen and paper, like paper and pen, there's not, it's very clear. Okay, I feel like I could have more confidence in my career, right? Or I feel doubtful that money's going to come in. It's on the paper, right? It's very clear. There's not this whole background story of like, when I was 17, this happened. And then when I was 27, this happened. And now I kind of like all of that kind of goes away when you're able just to list where you feel doubt in yourself, in your life, right? And I encourage you guys to do that, especially with this full moon in Aries, because it's going to bring up the insecurities anyway. You might as well utilize the cosmic pull to help you navigate. If you start to feel insecure about something, right? There's that self-doubt. I want you to write it down. Write down what you feel insecure about. And probably when you look at it on paper, you might be like, this is silly. Or you might be like, wow, this is something I need to tap on or I need to work through because this is real life. This is really affecting me in my heart, right? So as we do that, we begin to shift the perspective, right? Once you've made that list, once you've addressed your doubt face forward, like head on, you are able to begin remodeling that list. So you'll go through your list and then you can start changing those things into affirmations, because the truth is you're a human being and you're going to grow and evolve, and there's no need to continuously hold you to a standard that does not exist, right? And there's no need to hold you to the mistakes of your past, because they too no longer exist. They have already happened. It has already been in the past. You can't go back to it. Why keep trying to pull it forward when you don't even like the way it makes you feel? Right? Let me know if that makes sense. So one of the ways that you can do that, beautiful, beautiful. One of the ways you can do that in transforming the doubt statements into affirmations, I'm going to share one of mine with you. So I said, I doubt my ability to love deeply, right? That is a true statement for me. That's how I felt. I felt like I was just not able to truly love myself, love other people, love in general. The way I shifted that is I trust that I am capable of loving deeply. Because that is the truth. The truth is that I can trust in myself to continue practicing, to continue learning, to continue building up the skill set that I need so that I can change this if I feel like it needs to change, right? You might go through your list and realize that what you put down as doubt, when you transform it into an affirmation, that's actually your truth, that you're already living in that. And then that helps you to negate the negative thoughts that are in your mind. It makes those thoughts that are ruminating less impactful, You're able to witness yourself and be like, you know what? This story is so old. So old, so outdated, and so unhelpful to my evolution. And I no longer have to carry it. I can sit there and leave it on the paper. I can burn the paper safely, right? I could throw it out. I can release this self-doubt and turn it into self-trust, because ultimately it's a practice. You're not going to know to get better in that area if you haven't kind of failed in that area, right? Like, it's what brings the awareness. And that brings me to talking about contrast, which is one of my favorite things to talk about, because the more you understand contrast, the easier it is to experience it, okay? Contrast is when something happens in your life that you do not want to happen. And you're just kind of like, why is this happening to me? But ultimately, it guides you to what you do want. Quite often, if someone was to ask you in this moment, what is it that you do want? Can you clearly state it? Many of us can't. We could say we want to be rich. How much money do you want? To the dollar and cents. Right? I want to be in love. Who is your ideal person that you want to love? What do they look like? What are their behaviors? Where do they hang out at? How clear are you on that desire that you say that you want, that you have? When we don't have that type of clarity, the universe, as our partner, God, source, energy, whoever you call on to, as our partner, says, you know what, let's get you clear on that. Because I can see that you want it, but like, I don't know how to give it to you because you're not clear on what to give you. And I've been giving you random things and you seem to be unhappy. So I'm going to give you something that you don't want. Contrast. And then guess what happens? As you experience that thing that you don't want, you get super freaking clear on what it is that you do want. You're like, I do not want a partner like this. It's a no for me, right? Or you know what? I need more money than this. I need about X amount of dollars more so that I can feel satisfied, so I can feel safe and seen, right? Contrast is a beautiful thing because it helps us to be so crystal clear. It helps us in our ability to visualize, and our ability to manifest, and our ability to feel confident. There's a level of confidence, a level of self-trust that comes from me knowing what I don't want. I am so clear that I don't want this. That means that I know what I do want, and then I can really focus my intention and energy in pouring into that desire and allowing that desire to unfold in the physical reality for me, right? So when you are able to look at contrast through that lens, through that perspective, it does help you to build self-trust, because you're not thinking, why am I attracting all these horrible experiences to me, right? Oh my God, like I keep making the wrong mistake. Like, no, everything is a blessing. Everything's working on your favor. Guess what happens after that? When you start to shift your understanding of contrast, you begin building up your self-trust. And if you build up your self-trust, you remain centered. Nothing can really knock you off path, right? You may sway a little bit, but ultimately no one can shake or move you, because you're just kind of like, I know what I want. I'm very clear on that desire. And I trust that I know what I want. I trust that if I have this desire coming up in me, that it's for me to have. Can you hear the confidence coming in through that? Can you feel how that could be true for you and your experience? Yes, resonating. Yes, contrast leads to clarity. It really does. Being treated certain ways made me learn about the type of person I don't want to be, which led me to knowing what I do want to be. Exactly. I love this for you. And again, it's really about perspective, because you can literally think, oh my God, all these horrible things happen to me all the time. All the time. I cannot outrun my pain and my sorrow and my angst. But then when you start realizing that contrast is really a gift, you can deal with the moments of insecurity. You can deal with the moments of confusion, of frustration, of irritation, and be like, okay, bet. Let's talk about it. I don't like this. And I can be clear about it too. I can confidently say that I don't like this. I can trust in that feeling I have that this is rubbing me the wrong way, right? Because clarity is so layered, right? Not only are you able to understand what you're feeling in your mind, but you also can better trust your emotions. It's not oh, am I being too emotional? Or maybe I should think this through. You can be like, I feel it in my body that it's a no for me, dog. And I don't have to check in with anyone. I don't need permission from anyone. I don't need validation from anyone outside of me. That is how you know you're centered. That is the truth of being centered. I don't need validation or confirmation or affirmation from anything or anyone outside of this vessel and my spirit. And that's that. That is how we begin practicing being centered, being rooted in our truth, being rooted in our power, and truly understanding how magnificent, how incredible, how empowered and prepared we are to live out this life. And again, it's a lot easier to understand when we're in a very safe setting, like our EFT sessions together. But I want you to be able to come back to this and come back to this tapping session that we're going to get into to remember that building trust is a muscle that you can work on every single day. And you can do it in small ways. And I'm going to give you some examples outside of EFT that you can use to start building up your self-trust, to start identifying contrast so that you can feel centered moving forward. Okay? If that resonates, go ahead and take a sip of water. I'm going to take one with you. Yes. Oh, yay. I love it. That makes me so happy. Okay. So you can begin building the muscle of self-trust within you. You can start with small decisions. Really, there are no small decisions, but our minds like to think that things are big and small. The universe is just kind of like it's all the same thing to me, but sure. But for the sake of teaching, you can start by trusting what you wear. When you get up in the morning, whatever outfit you put on, don't doubt it. It sounds silly, like, girl, really? But like, clothes are an expression of ourselves and our identity. If we are doubtful of what we're wearing, how is that showing up in the world? If I'm uneasy in what I put on my body, imagine what I'll start attracting. I'm not in a high vibration because I'm just kind of like, oh my God, like, does this make sense? Are people going to, like, that's where your energy is already. And then you're going to step outside and connect with other people and attract that energy and wonder why things are going left. Right? So start off with just trusting what you wear, feeling really good in your appearance, feeling really good in your clothes, right? And really allowing yourself to just be. Like, you know what? This is what I wanted to wear a button down. So be it. If someone doesn't like it, guess what? It's not on your body. So you don't have to like it. These people don't have to like what I'm wearing. Only person that has to like it and enjoy it is me. And if I'm able to do that, I am building self-trust. Right? Something very, very simple. Another one is trusting what you want to eat. How many of us are super indecisive on what to eat? I know I had to really get to a space where I'm like, Lotus, girl, my love. Like, you're not even eating because you don't know what to eat. And then like now you're malnourished. Please eat something. Like literally anything. And now I trust it. It's so much more easier for me to make the decision on how to nourish my body. I'm not thinking about like, oh, like, what would my partner like? Or, I kind of saw like, no, I am taking the moment to be like, what does my body need? Tuning into me. Okay, I can make that, or I can go and get that, and trusting in that. And what feels so good is when I eat my meals now that everything is so mouth-watering. My mouth is literally salivating right now because I'm thinking about the food that I've either made or that I can make. Because it's so clear for me. Because I trust that it's going to be good. Because I trust in my decisions. Again, a very small thing to do, but it helps you to build on building up that self-trust. One last thing you can do, there's plenty, but I want to give you 3, is trusting who you hang out with. Trusting that you're attracting the right people. Even if you have an experience that's less desirable. Let's say you have a contrasting experience with somebody that you were either romantically or platonically involved with, right? Trust that contrast is making it clearer for you. Trust that you've invited that person into your life to teach you or to hold space for you. That's a big one, right? Because a lot of times, we go through breakups. I just recently went through 2 back-to-back friendship breakups, like 2 of my best friends, and it was horrific. But I have so much gratitude for the experience because I'm like, you've made it so clear to me what it is that I deserve, what it is that I now require. And I realized that these relationships were kind of expired. I just wasn't paying attention to it because it was a decision I made a long time ago and I never kind of like reevaluated, right? Shout out retrograde because that's what they give us the time and space to do is to reevaluate. But when I was able to trust in who it is that I hang out with or who I partner with, whether it goes great or not, so much confidence, so much self-trust. I feel so centered because I know ultimately it was a decision that I made, and that means that I can change it. When you're able to have that type of ownership over your life, you start to really witness freedom. You start to really understand that you get to shift things if and when you're ready to, and that no one else has the ability to truly influence your life and your existence without your permission. It's mind-blowing. But then can you also see how centering that is? Because then that means you can revoke power if need be. Like, you know what? You don't get to have that much influence over me anymore because I don't like where this is going. That's so much more empowering than it being like, oh my God, this person hurt me so bad and did all these things and woe is me. And it's just kind of like nothing about that feels good. You feel terrible. You feel like you made a bad mistake, and that's going to literally rewire your brain to make you think that you are bad at being in any type of relationship, which does not serve you. It puts you in an ugly cycle. But when you can begin trusting who you choose in your life, and trusting that they're either a blessing or a lesson, and sometimes they're both, it becomes so much more easier for you to be centered. Let me know how you feel about all of this before we get into our tapping. Okay, beautiful. This conversation is so exactly what I need right now. I need to build that self-trust muscle so bad. Appreciating you. I love you. Yes. We all need this. And let me tell you, full moon in Aries will definitely give you the space and time to deal with your insecurities. I'm speaking from experience. You will have time over the next couple of days and probably early next week where you're just like, wow, should probably sit with this, should probably journal a little bit. This is not maybe my cutest moment. And that's okay, because you're a human. Not everything is cute. Allow yourself to have those raw moments and lean into it, and know that like you're going to build self-trust from that. That something good is going to come out of this experience, regardless. That's really the only way that life is set up. Life is only set up for you to win. You may not win right now in this moment, but you will eventually win at some point in your life. And that is a true statement. That's divine truth. Whether you believe it or not is irrelevant. But it's a lot easier and life is more enjoyable when you do believe it, right? Okay, let's see before we tap in. Yay. Okay, everybody loves. Okay, taking it all in because this is right on time. Thank you. This is amazing. Yes, yes, yes. I was like, look, if we're going to go and teach something today, let's really get into it. Because if I'm going through it, usually my students, my community, y'all are also going through it. And I'm like, we're going to go through it together, okay? All right, let's get into tapping, okay? We're going to tap on building self-trust, on honor and contrast. And by the time we are done, we're going to feel even more elevated, okay? So go ahead and take your sip of water if you haven't yet. Continue sipping throughout, especially during a full moon. Like, please up your water intake, up your hydration, put some chia seeds in here, put some chlorophyll, some lime, put some coconut water, watermelon, like really, truly. Full moons are intense emotionally, especially in the body. And if you are remotely dehydrated, it's going to be a hard weekend for you. I do not want that for you. Please drink your water, okay? All right, let's tune. So we have our tuning scale, -10 being the worst you've ever felt, 0 being you don't feel good, you don't feel bad, and then +10 being the absolute best you've ever felt. I want you to go ahead and drop your number in the chat or write it down in your journal, but make sure you document. This is about documenting. It's not about judging. It just helps us to better understand how EFT is helping you in your experience, because it is such a subtle art. I really want to make sure that you guys are good. I think I'm at a 5 today, which is amazing because let's be honest, I was not at a 5 before this class, but I love teaching and I love being around y'all. That always helps my mood. Okay, as you guys are dropping in, and I just want you to close your eyes for a moment. Drop back into your body. Close your eyes if it feels safe, of course. If it doesn't feel safe to close your eyes, keep them open. Okay? Notice your breath. Notice if it's shallow. Maybe it's deep and nourishing. Maybe you feel a little antsy in your body. Maybe you don't really feel much in your body. And what I want you to do is I want you to bring your attention to the arch of your back. I want you to pull in all of your energy in your body from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Pull it into the center, into the arch of that back. And you'll notice that your body, your posture starts to shift. You'll notice that your spine starts to elongate. There's more space in between each vertebrae. And then I want you to bring that centered energy, pull it up into the heart space now. And let the heart open up, expanding the chest out, creating a slight pinch in between the shoulder blades. As you continue to have that divine posture to the best of your ability. And then gently open your eyes and let's start tapping. I'm going to tap in the side of the hand. And you can tap with me, of course. And you can allow me to speak over you, or you can say it with me. Whatever feels best for you. It's always what feels best for you. Deep inhale, exhale. I take full responsibility for my well-being. I'm going to say it again in the same space. I take full responsibility for my well-being. One more time. I take full responsibility for my well-being. We're going to go to the top of the head, tap here. I'm not sure I trust the glimpses of happiness. I'm going to go to the start of the eyebrow, tap here. I'm not sure I trust the relationships that I'm in. Side of the eyes, tap here. I'm not sure I trust the work that I do. Underneath the eyes, tap here. Like, is it really fulfilling? Or underneath the nose, tap here. Did I make the wrong decision again? Is this really what I want? Is this really who I am? I'm gonna go to the chin, tap here. Do I actually want these dynamics and these experiences? Am I prepared to have these lessons? Collarbone, tap here. It's so hard to get a clear read on what I want or who I am or what I want to do. Underneath the arm, tap here. I just doubt so much of what I do, so much of who I am, so much of where I am. And it sucks. It just sucks. Then when you're done, I want you to drop your hands by your side or in your lap and just take a moment to see how your body is feeling. Just notice where you're at. You might notice that you feel a little sadder, a little heavier. Maybe you notice you feel a little lighter. Maybe it was a relief to say these things and get them out the system. However you're feeling, I want you to take in mind the tuning scale. -10 being the worst you've ever felt, 0 feeling I don't feel good, I don't feel bad, and then +10 being the best you've ever felt. And go ahead and pick a number on that scale. Okay? And drop that in the chat and take some water afterwards, okay? Beautiful. And if you find that your number has dropped, it's just something that really may be sitting with you. I know for me, my number definitely dropped. If you find your number stayed the same, beautiful. Beautiful. If you find your number got higher, beautiful. It's all a beautiful experience, however you slice it. It's just good to know where you're at, okay? Now we're going to get into 2 more rounds for positive, so you can leave on a good note, and we'll probably end like 2 minutes after we're supposed to, but we started 2 minutes late, so it's fine. All right, so get into that karate chop point. Nice deep inhale, exhale. And as you're tapping here, I want you to bring a smile to your face. Because our brain doesn't know if we're happy or not. Has no idea. But when we smile, we tell our brain that we are happy even if we're not. And it helps us. It helps us to release those feel-good chemicals in the body. It helps the body to begin to identify with feeling good especially after maybe some heavy realization. So I want you to smile as best as you can. Okay, megawatt smile. And repeat after me. Even though I can sense the self-doubt, top of the head, I completely and deeply love myself. We're going to go to the start of the eyebrow, top here. I understand that this ebb and flow is a part of life. Side of the eyes, top here. And I'm not the only person who experiences this. Underneath the eyes, top here. Releasing self-doubt is something we all go through. Underneath the nose, top here. And I'm grateful to do it in a safe space. I'm grateful to do it with you. I'm grateful to do it with me. And my higher self. Chin, tap here. I'm grateful to do it while connecting back to my mind and my body. Collarbone, tap here. Bringing myself back into harmony. Underneath the arm, tap here. I can start to feel good again. And you know what? I think I can feel my self-trust building up. Top of the head, tap here. I can feel how my decisions have helped me, actually. Start of the eyebrow, tap here. The great ones that led to amazing experiences. And the not so great ones that came from contrast. Side of the eye, tap here. They've all allowed me to get clearer. What a gift. Underneath the eyes, tap here. I am now clear on who I am, what I want, and how I want to be treated. I really love that for me. Underneath the nose, tap here. I trust I deserve to be in healthy dynamics with myself, with source, and others. Chin, tap here. I trust in the decisions I make because I know ultimately I am being guided. Underneath, collarbone, tap here. By love, by my ancestors, my angels, my guides, by my body and the wisdom that I carry, by source. Wow, I am so well taken care of. I am so cherished. I am so trustworthy. And I've always been. What a beautiful realization. Underneath the arm, tap here. I trust in myself. I really love who I am. No matter what it is that I do, no matter what mistakes I feel I make, not even because of the great decisions that I may make. And then we're going to go back to the karate chop point, tap here. Simply, I'm awesome. And that's more than enough for me to trust myself and my genius and my wisdom and my compassion and my empathy. Wow, the list goes on and on. I am truly incredible. Wow. I am willing to build up my self-trust every single day so I can stand strong no matter the storm. And I can remain soft in this world and feel fully protected. When you're ready, drop your hands, close your eyes if you can, and big smile, okay? We just did a lot of work. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling very juicy and electric, okay? I want you to think about that tuning scale. -10 being the worst you've ever felt. 0 being, I don't feel good, I don't feel bad. +10 being the best you've ever felt. Take a moment, take a deep breath in and out, bring a smile to your face, and see how you're actually feeling. Did anything we tap on resonate? Allow your body to talk to you in this moment, and when you're ready, jot down your number and take some water, okay? And let me know how you are feeling in the chat before we go. I know we're a few minutes over. If you need to leave, by all means, I want to respect your time and energy, okay? But I really do hope that this session today helps you to remember, first and foremost, that being centered is a process, it's a practice, and it doesn't have to always be super heavy, right? You don't have to always go to the root of a problem to fix something, right? You can ultimately just be who you are and feel what you're feeling in this moment and use that as a stepping stone to transform that self-doubt into self-trust and ultimately allow yourself to be centered from the contrast you're experiencing, okay? I love you so much. Happy full moon in Aries. Please drink your water, okay? Please, whenever you're drinking water, think of me being like, drink your water, stay hydrated, okay? I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And replay this class if you need it. There's tons of EFT here. Go ahead and replay them, get into them. And if you need me, contact me on Instagram at Lotus Aloba, or you can email me at lotusaloba@gmail.com. And I will see you for another EFT session soon.